The weather gave us a few delays, but the day finally came for our pickleball clinic. We got up early to prepare the courts at the Zini Pickleball Club for the arrival of the children. I was a little nervous. This was going to be a little bit different than the normal crowd, which I normally instructed at Palm Desert Resort or in Palm Springs area. Here, you also never know whether the local audience that hangs around the courts will heckle you. The taxis full of kids dropped off the students, and we kicked off the introductions to discover that not all the kids understood English, or knew of pickleball, or even knew where California was. Normally, the big surprise when instructing is that the player skill levels are not what we expected. This was going to be a new challenge. We started out with the basics of grip and a standard contact point. Using the handshake technique, we got most of the kids with the continental grip right away. This was a great start. Surprisingly, the kids had pretty good eye-hand coordination also. They might have made contact with an open face, but the balls were generally going over the net. Early drills were a success. However, once they started moving further away from each other, strange things began to happen. Once, many of them flung off their tennis shoes to go barefoot. Others, deciding to see how high you can hit the ball over the net, was fun. For others, they borrowed my often used technique of hitting the ball too hard and having to go way out of the court. Even if we were losing control of the clinic, the smiles and the laughter was heartwarming. We took a water break and then taught the kids the drop serve. That went pretty well, and we were back on track. Service returns, not too bad either. Dinking, though, was definitely out of the question, so we introduced the rules of the game. I had 3 other coaches helping as we broke up into 4 courts and tried playing some games. That went pretty well as the kids somewhat got the game concept, and we heard all the same sounds we normally hear in pickleball courts: laughter, taunting, cheers, and some groans. We were having a successful clinic. Then it happened. Kids decided mixing soccer, volleyball, and pickleball together was a much better way to play. In fact, in this new game, the number of bounces and the boundaries of the court were not limitations. We lost control. But we thoroughly enjoyed watching the kids display their athletic abilities in the South African version of our beloved game. I'm calling it a success. At the end of the clinic, they had some lunch, and then 8 of the kids were chosen by Tony to be mentored to compete in the South African Pickleball Championships next year. It was exciting to be part of the start of these kids' journey into pickleball. The kids grabbed some paddles, and then we took some pictures at the end of the day. A few broke out in a song as we were taking pictures. That was so exciting. Thank you, Selkirk, for sponsoring this event.
We would like to give a huge thank you to our hosts, Tony and Becca, for making the South Africa experience incredibly memorable. Pickleball and safaris, a combination that everyone needs to experience sometime.